माइक टेस्टिंग, माइक चल रहा है कि नहीं देख लेते हैं. I make videos on DSA preparation, interview preparation for getting into those top product-based companies which you kind of dream sitting in your boxers, right? क्या कुछ भी बोल रहा है. And do share with your friends who want to learn OOPS, or if they are confused about not क्या बोल रहा हूँ. So take out your pen and paper down. Pen and paper down. Pen and paper निकालो. Note down. हाँ. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sahil Agrawal. I am a final year undergraduate at IIT Gandhinagar. If you guys are coming to this channel for the very first time, I want to tell you that I make videos on DSA preparation, interview preparation for all those top product-based companies which you want to get inside. I myself have received a full-time offer from DE Shaw, so I think you can trust me. I'm an IITian too, so I also plan to make videos on the life of an IITian. So without doing any delay, let's start today's topic, which is very important, and most of the people tend to miss this topic. This video is a complete roadmap for object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is nothing but a programming technique which all the software engineers use to write code in most of the software companies. So in your college, when you're solving DSA questions and comparative programming questions, the way we write code is not at all accepted in software industry. They expect us to write code which is modular, which is reusable, which is scalable, and which is attained by this programming technique which is called object-oriented programming. And there are many principles, there are many design patterns, there are many concepts which are there inside OOPS. We are going to talk about everything. I will tell you the exact roadmap which you need to follow, the exact topics which you will follow, and which will make you interview ready. OOPS is a very important topic if I talk from internships and placements point of view, because personally to me, when I gave my DShaw interviews, so there were 2 interview rounds and total 7 questions were asked to me. Out of those 7 questions, 3 questions were of OOPS. Back then I was very good at OOPS, so I was able to answer all the 3, and I guess that gave me an edge over others, and that is why I was selected. Knowing DSA is very important, having good projects in your resume is very important, but again OOPS, which is a core CSE subject, is very important, and it also does not take much time. OOPS in comparison to DSA is very less. You will just need like 2 or 3 weeks to understand OOPS and go through each and every concept in depth. Hard work of 2 to 3 weeks will put you in a position which is better as compared to others who don't know OOPS or who are not aware of all the concepts of OOPS. So there are multiple instances where OOPS will give you an edge over others. First is when you will sit for your placements. At that time, the first round is always a coding round, and in coding rounds there may be chances that MCQs are asked to you, and in MCQs there may be code snippets given to you, and most of the time code snippets will involve object-oriented programming. So if you are not aware of the object-oriented programming concepts, then you will not be able to solve those questions. And trust me, if you know OOPS, those code snippets become very easy for you. And secondly, in interviews, mostly questions are asked on OOPS because OOPS is considered as a core CSE subject. There are many good questions which are asked in many interview rounds of top product-based companies. So if you know OOPS well, you will be able to answer them, and will get an edge over others. If you think that this guy is adding some value in your life, in your DSA preparation, in your interview preparation, do consider subscribing the channel, do like the channel, like the video, and do share with your friends who are preparing for placements or internships. Do comment down like what part of the video did you like the most, and what kind of videos do you want me to make in future. I will definitely try to make those. And you can ask me any doubts in the comment section, be it as small as possible. If you see the comment section of most of my videos, you will find that mostly all of the comments have been answered by me, except those which I don't know the answer to. So if you are asking any question which I know the answer to, I will definitely reply you in a couple of days. I've also given my LinkedIn and Instagram account link in the description. If you guys want, you can follow me. I do regularly put updates there. So yeah, without any delay, let's start the video. You can take out your pen and paper and note down everything which I'm telling. So let's start the topics which you need to learn in object-oriented programming. First, you need to know what is OOPS? Then why OOPS? Why are we using OOPS, right? Everything related to classes and objects. Then we need to know about data members and member functions. What are static and dynamic objects? What do we mean by static memory allocation, dynamic memory allocation? What is stack memory? What is heap memory? This concept is important. Then we need to know everything about access modifiers. What do we mean by private? What do we mean by public? What do we mean by protected, right? What does this mean and what are the significance of these in object-oriented programming and why do we use them? Next, we need to learn about some member functions which are getters and setters. Then we need to know about a very important concept which is about constructors. There are many types of constructors: default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructors. Then we need to know about destructors. How do we delete a destructor and so on. Then we need to know about some important keywords like this, const, new, static, friend, virtual. These are some of the important keywords which are regularly used in object-oriented programming. So we need to be aware like what are these and why do we use them. Next, we also need to understand what is shallow copy and deep copy. So when we were studying about copy constructors, at that time this concept of shallow copy and deep copy comes into play. So this is again a very fundamental concept which is quite important. Then we need to learn about some other topics like initialization lists, constant functions, static members. Then we move on to the 4 pillars of object-oriented programming, which is encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So inside inheritance, there are like 6 to 7 types of inheritance. We need to learn all of them. There is single level inheritance, multiple level inheritance, multi-path level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. So we need to learn all these 6 types of inheritance. We also need to learn about how different classes are related to each other and how one class inherits some properties from the base class. We come on to polymorphism. So there are 2 types of polymorphism: compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. When you are studying about compile time polymorphism, concepts like function overloading, function overriding, operator overloading will come into play. So we need to have a very good understanding of these and how these things work. Then we move on to runtime polymorphism. The next topic comes is abstraction. We need to learn what abstraction is, what are abstract classes, what are virtual functions, what are friend functions, what are interfaces, what is the difference between abstract classes and interface. And this is, by the way, a question which was asked to me in DShaw interview round 2, that what is the difference between abstract classes and interfaces, right? There are some miscellaneous topics like exception handling and dynamic binding. So I guess this is all about OOPS. So if you learn these topics, your OOPS will get completed. You will not require to learn anything else. After knowing all these concepts of OOPS, then comes the design pattern. So mostly as a fresher, companies don't expect you to know all the design patterns, but it is always advantageous to know some of the design patterns. What are these design patterns? Why are they used? How do we code them? When are they used? And some of the famous coding problems on these design patterns. So there are 6 to 7 design patterns which I will list down, which you need to learn. There is singleton design pattern, factory design pattern, builder design pattern, observer design pattern, adapter design pattern, and abstract design pattern. So these are 6 design patterns which you need to learn. You should know the concept behind these, why they are used, when they are used, how to code them, and some famous questions related to each design pattern. So if the interviewer asks you a question, you can tell them that, okay, I will use a singleton design pattern because I want to make only a single instance of this class. This is what a singleton design pattern means. So I know that I have dumped you with a lot of information, but you guys can just take note of these topics. These I have covered every topic, nothing is missing in this video. So just take the note of these topics, and whichever order I have told, that is the order in which you need to learn these topics. I don't want you guys to get rejected in interviews because a OOPS question was asked you and you were not able to answer because you had not studied. OOPS is very easy to study as compared to DSA. So first priority should be DSA. Second priority should be having good projects in the resume. But third priority is also to understand all the core CAS subjects, because if you are applying for a software developer role, they expect you to know some of the core subjects like object-oriented programming system, computer networks, operating system, then computer architecture, system design, database management system. So these are 6 core subjects which they test you. So you need to be aware of these 6 subjects, and OOPS is one of those. So that is why I'm making this roadmap. I have made sure that this video is complete in itself. I hope that this video helped you and gave you insights on why OOPS is important. If you're thinking that where to study these topics from, so there is a surprise that I am going to soon launch a OOPS course in C++ which will cover all these topics which I've mentioned in detail. We will have quizzes and assignments. I will give you practice problems, a hell lot of practice problems for you to practice. There will be quizzes to test you out. There will be live sessions with me, so you can ask any doubts which you want, right? So stay tuned. We will launch the course soon, and tell me in the comment box if you're excited or not about this course. And I hope that this roadmap helped you a lot in understanding about why OOPS is important and what all topics I need to study in OOPS. So that's all for this video. Let's meet in the other one with better content. Thank you so much.